into NFL Live. All 32 teams are now officially in training camp. Breathe a sigh of relief. Football's kind of back, right? We'll hear from several of the quarterbacks today. You don't want to miss that. But one of the last teams arriving for camp is the Steelers. Let's see some of those guys arriving. That'll make Steelers fans happy and Aaron Rodgers happy. DK Metcalf arriving for his first day of Steelers camp. You see him making his way in there. And now, newly very rich teammate TJ Watt arrives. He carries his own luggage, though. He's a man of the people. And a Tower fan into the dorm rooms. You need that. Watt met with the media as he arrived and, of course, was asked about his $108 million guaranteed contract.
It's hard to fathom. I'm just being as blunt as I can about it. It truly is. It's a insane life that I live. I get to do what I love for a living. I'm living the absolute dream. I don't take that for granted one bit at all. The money side of it is hard to really wrap my head around it, and I'm sure one day I will, but right now it's still all crazy to me. But more than anything, I wanted to play football. I want to play football. I want to continue to give everything that I possibly can to this city, to this organization.
He knew those dorm rooms well. He knew he needed the fan, right? We welcome in our Steelers reporter, Brooke Pryor from Steelers camp. Brooke, what's going on at St. Vincent College today?
Well, just behind me, the team is getting ready to take the field for their conditioning test. It's the thing they do on the eve of training camp every year. And then tomorrow, they'll be out here with fans for their first official day of training camp practice, which, remember, it is now in the afternoon because Mike Tomlin said those morning practices, it simply was not hot enough. And while we didn't see Aaron Rodgers move in today, I'm told that he is here. He's been in meetings all day. He arrived to the Pittsburgh area last week, but we did talk to, as you saw, TJ Watt. We also chatted with Jalen Ramsey, who the most interesting thing he said to me was that when I asked, is he going to play safety? Is he going to play corner? Is he going to be in the slot? He said, I'm a football player. I guess we'll find out together. So that's the number one thing that I'm going to be watching when they take the field for camp practice tomorrow. And by the way, Booger, I know we gave Aaron Rodgers a lot of grief for the mattress situation here at training camp. I have one small correction. He has been away to training camp before. He has slept on dorm room beds later than when he was at Berkeley. And I'm told, by the way, one coach told me that it's not a twin XL. They have full-size mattresses, and you can even upgrade your mattress if you so choose. So we'll ask Aaron Rodgers tomorrow if he's upgraded that mattress.
Wow.
Okay.
You could upgrade the mattresses.
Boog would be upgrading to every pillow top possible. That's Booger McFarland as we welcome you into NFL Live. As you can tell, a busy day across the league. Lindsey Theory is here as well. Redick joining Booger. Boog, we're going to end up talking about that mattress a lot. I can just feel it. We got a lot of live reports from training camps, too. We'll take you all around the league today. Now, another player who's looking to help Pittsburgh get that win is newly acquired corner Jalen Ramsey, who Brooke was just talking about. Here's more from Ramsey earlier today.
You look at the defense from the D-line, probably the best D-line in the NFL. Then you got PQ leading the linebacker, and then the secondary. Me and Slay have had a relationship for a while. Me and Joey, we got some kind of family ties going on. My bad. And then, yeah, add me in there. Obviously, me and Deshaun played with each other before on the same team. So it's a lot of excitement around the defense, but not just the defense, but offense too. Obviously, A-Rod's here now. DK, who I've had a lot of battles with. That's been fun.
Okay, so a lot of big personalities are going to be in the Steelers locker room, right? Mike Tomlin knows how to handle all that, but how do you see this shaking out, Lindsey?
Laura, this is so interesting because you see Jalen Ramsey pop up, then you go, oh yeah, on top of Aaron Rodgers, on top of DK, there's Jalen Ramsey. Like you mentioned, Mike Tomlin has plenty of experience handling some big personalities, but this could go one of two ways, right? You win games, you all are on the same train going forward, and those personalities all fall in line. If things start to go sideways, those personalities can get a little out of control, right? You go back to DK Metcalf, back when he was in Seattle, I was covering him, and things with his quarterback weren't always on the same page, and sometimes that became kind of a hot temper situation, and the two, had to cool down for a few minutes. With Jalen Ramsey, right? Like, I think we all well know that Jalen likes to do things the way he wants them done, and he is a football player. He'll play anywhere that the coaches ask. He'll do anything that's asked of him, but he has strong opinions on some of that too. So if you are winning, that's all good and dandy, but Mike Tomlin might have his work cut out for him with just personalities alone.
Yeah, Lindsay, he may have his work cut out, but there's no other coach that I would rather have in that position than Mike Tomlin. And when you're dealing with professional football players, as you heard Brooke talk about, you can get whatever type of mattress you want, king size, pillow top, you can blow it, whatever you need. This organization, and just like any organization in professional football, they cater to the athletes. So what do they want you to do? Show up and do your job. And no coach gets athletes or gets professional football players to do that more than Mike Tomlin. So yeah, it's a ton of personalities, a lot of egos. Name me a good football team that doesn't have that. But there's no coach, I think, that can get those personalities and get those egos to come and realize we're all about the team. We're about the Pittsburgh Steelers. We have one common goal. We're going to be physical. Mike Tomlin even moved their practices from the morning to the afternoon. Why? I want to practice in the hottest part of the day. So they are going to a coach who, I don't care about your personality. I don't care about your ego. You came here to work, Lewis. And I think Mike Tomlin is going to lay that foundation down. And when he does, I think these personalities will fall in line.
Yeah, look, there's certain organizations, right, that kind of carry a certain kind of cachet that I think even the players that are habitual line pushers, I don't want to say line steppers, will probably dial it back simply out of respect for the organization itself. And Pittsburgh is just one of those places. And on top of it, look, I mean, obviously we all love Mike Tomlin. We all love what he has done. We all love the kind of respect that he has earned, not just from us, but from other coaches and from players. Everybody loves Mike and everybody respects him for what he has done throughout his career. But I think even most importantly, and you see there on your screen, look, what this really, I think this season is going to come down to for the Pittsburgh Steelers overall. Look, a lot of the focus is going to be on those two guys right there that you see on your screen. Number 8, Aaron Rodgers, and that guy to your right there, Arthur Smith, the offensive coordinator. I really think like that is really where this whole thing really hinges. Because I think on the defensive side, look, with guys like TJ Watt and Cam Hayward, they're going to be fine on that side of the ball. No one's going to mess with Cam Hayward. No one's going to mess with TJ. No one's going to come in there and try and go, hey, look, I know you guys have done it like this for a decade plus, but we have a better way. No one's doing that. No one's doing that. But on the offensive side, that's where it is. That relationship, how does it grow? How does it work in the toughest of times? Because there are going to be ups and downs. And how do they keep the trains on the track and get it and continue it and get it improving? Because if it improves, they can improve upon that 10-win season from a year ago.
The one thing is the schedule. It's difficult. The Steelers have the 3rd hardest schedule in the AFC, difficult division, according to ESPN Analytics. Jury's still out on where they rank in hardest camp mattresses, but see if anybody wants to comment there. All right, let's go to the Bengals camp. There's all 32 teams in camp. Trey Hendrickson continues his holdout, and ever since Zach Taylor took over as head coach in 2019, the Bengals have been slow starters out of the gate, right? In that span, they've gone 1-11 in the first 2 weeks of the season. That's the worst record in the NFL during that span. The games have been tight, though, with 9 of the losses decided by 6 points or fewer. In all other weeks of the season, the Bengals have a winning record. Taylor and Joe Burrow talked about the plan for the lead up to the season today.
The only thing last year with him was there were days where we limited him, where he did not throw. Right now, there's none of that. So he'll participate every single day like he normally would, fully healthy, and then anticipate playing him more in games than we ever have.
You know, those are valuable reps that we haven't had in the past for good reason, but I think we're making the right decision.